Hello everybody, and how are we doing tonight? So, it's still technically Saturday for 6 more minutes, so I'm technically not breaking any rules by calling this my weekly Saturday update. Okay, so what happens this week, and because I wasn't able to do this last week because I was in Maine and away from my computer, what happened in tabletops? So for us to do this, the first one we have to talk about, Lost Initiative, Edge of Morality. Was it this way? Yeah, Edge of Morality, like this. Lost Initiative, Edge of Morality. So, on Edge of Morality, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, we had a very interesting situation. The session prior came to a head with Thonk and Rai being very much against one another and what their plans were with the humans and the orcs at the time, or the mixed races and the orcs at the time. Rai came out successful. She stopped him. It was amazing. But Thonk, not happy with his defeat, turned around, grabbed the Obold, and Obold is Grumsh, Grumsh is Obold, grabbed his son by the face and killed him in one shot, like Thonk does. Well, then he proceeded to leave the party. What the rest of the party did, we'll get to in a second, but Thonk turned and legit left the party to go to Dark Arrow Keep, to meet with Obold himself, to explain to Obold what had happened, a lie of course, to convince the war to happen anyways, because that's exactly what he wants to do. Alright. The rest of the party, what they more or less did is we had Rai and Otto have some serious heart-to-hearts, trying to find out where their places are, how much they've been affected by Thonk, what they want to do moving forward, trying to find oneself. Rai pretty much knows who she wants to be, or at least she seems that way. She seems like she knows who she wants to be, but she's actually quite lost. Like, deep down on the inside, Rai is quite lost. She doesn't know who the fuck it is that she serves. She doesn't know why it is that she's with these people. She doesn't know anything. And so, narrowing in on Rai first, Rai actually sat around and was like, hey, what the fuck am I doing here? Why am I with these people? And got to speak to her, the voice at least of whoever it is that she serves. And that voice was more or less just like, hey, you help them, they'll help you one day. They're pushing you along a path. They're getting you ready for your destiny. You're not ready for it yet, but you're so close. Think of how much you've learned since you've met them. That sort of a thing. Otto really struggled with the fact that he was diving, swan dive, off the edge to the path of evil. But then Rai came along, and now he's just upset with himself. He thinks he still wants to go down that path, but he's not sure if he does. He's not sure if that's what he's supposed to do. So Otto's kind of at a loss, but I think Rai was able to, throw a fishing line in there and reel Otto back a considerable amount and get him to be who it is that she's always known him to be, a good-hearted, kind person that just wants to have fun, Then we have, Grommen. Grommen found Sir Fancy Feathers! Woohoo! Sir Fancy Feathers is... Well, actually, she found that Sir Fancy Feathers was digested by a giant eagle, and that giant eagle is now here to hang out with Grommen. And so Grommen flew around on Falcor. Well, you get the points back. And yeah, they're becoming fast friends and having a good time and all of that. So that's kind of like where Grommen spent his time, what he's trying to do, and whatnot. Now we're going to bring it back over to Thonk. Thonk met with Obold. He tried to lie to Obold. The truth came out very quickly. Obold's not a fucking idiot. You get to see all of his sons lined up, which is amazing. But Obold's not a fucking idiot and was easily able to get the truth of what had happened gone on. He even, despite Thonk being a dick, despite Thonk thonking up the situation, despite him treating the situation like he was talking to a regular person, Obold still, for some reason, was extending a hand of aid. He was still offering aid. All Thonk had to do was ask for it. And Thonk was more or less just kind of like, no. And walked out and said, fuck that noise. And so now we have Thonk walking to Silvery Moon to meet up with the rest of his friends all alone. More on that this Tuesday. Next up, we have Mass Effect 2174. Now, Mass Effect, just like Lost Initiative, only needs 1 week catch-up because Mass Effect wasn't actually played this week. Neither was Mass Effect and Lost Initiative this week, so it's only 1 week we're catching up on because of just things that happened in life, so they weren't able to be played, but that's okay. So, in the first session of Mass Effect, we got to see the party meets the crew. We actually got to have them be a little bit on the ship, the Dreadnought, the Vesuvius, and get to know a little bit of the feel of the Alliance military and what it's like there. Kind of just get a little bit of feel of a hangar. Very, very light touch and go. Give the PCs an opportunity to kind of explore themselves and where it is that they would spend their time and what it is that they do when they're not like given direct orders to take care of this right now. Quickly, they get aboard their actual ship, which is a Stalingrad. Once they're on the Stalingrad, they have some time to interact with the other crew, to meet with the captain for a little bit. The captain gave a wonderful speech. Ollie's character got to have a one-on-one with the captain where he more or less called him out for some little bit of bullshit that he had said along the way. But the captain's like, no, everything else is real, and that's still kind of technically real to a degree, but yeah, I get what you're saying. So, the Mass Effect D&D... Oh, you didn't know there was a Mass Effect 1? So the Mass Effect game that I'm doing is actually on this channel, twitch.tv/DaleRickMaster. You know because you're here. If you come on here, you'll be able to watch it. It's Wednesday mornings, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, which is 2 p.m. UK. So if you're able to tune in live, that'd be amazing. If not, youtube.com/DaleRick, and you can watch the VODs as they get posted there. Eventually, they make their way over to, they get sent on their first mission, which is, hey, listen, we're going to take it nice and easy. We're going to send you over to this planet. Its name is Trident, to meet with friends of the military at the Surtur Foundation. Those are the people that make like Metagel and whatnot. And you're going to kind of sit on a dealing that they have with another race and see how it goes. So the party gets to go in and meet a Volus. And it was a lot of fun. So I really hope that you guys have the opportunity to watch me roleplay the first Mass Effect race that you're going to see me roleplay. There's going to be many more to come. I love Volus. It's one of mid-range, I'd say upper to mid-range races over at Mass Effect. I mean, I can't say it's my favorite. It's not like top 3. It's probably like number 4 for me, but... So Volus, really good race, fun to RP. Then all of a sudden they find out there's some shit going down. What is it? Oh my god, the Volus hired Batarians to do their job, and the Batarians now killing people. Why is this happening? And so they go rushing to the hangar to see what's going on. Lena kicks in the door and gets in there all fucking badass and murders a bitch without even trying, because Lena is boss. I love Lena. I love the artwork that Ollie did of Lena. I love Rookie Wookie who is playing Lena. Lena makes me happy. Maybe because she just rolled the highest stats or something. I don't know. It's pretty cool. And then the other two make their way down to the end of the hall. And it kind of ended with how are they going to get into the hangar to join into the fray. That's where we're going to pick it up this upcoming Wednesday. That's what, 4 days from today? All right. So that was the Mass Effect game. It was a lot of fun to play. I hope everybody gets an opportunity to check it out. Once again, see it live if you can. Otherwise, the VOD. Bam. I have it all set now. The next one was Yavik Scare. Now, this one we actually got to play twice. Oh, man. This one we actually got to play twice. I had so much fucking fun with this game. I'm being honest with you. This game was legitimately a ton of fucking fun. I mean, I'm playing an undead dwarf in it, so it's really cool because I actually get to like warm up for my character that I'm playing on Thursdays by playing this undead dwarf. He's very different from Varys. Varys is undead and hates himself because of the fact that he's undead. He wishes he was human. We're going to get to that soon. This character is new in his body and he's just trying to find his place in the world, and he's actually genuinely a nice guy. He's a dick to elves because Ollie convinced me to take that as my negative trait, but despite the fact that he's a dick to elves, Ollie has not like punished me for that, and it's made for some really cool RP between Neil and myself. So I'm really loving this game, playing the character and being able to like reach into stone and have it coat over my body. Fun fact, I don't have to do that. I don't have to grab stone and break it and go and turn myself into stone that way. I can just go, I'm stone. But it's more fun to RP it that way and to show the evolution of the character and its magics and whatnot. I mean, there was a moment, so in the first session, it was just more or less me being a dick to the elf completely. We had like one conversation that was kind of cool, but mostly I was a dick to him. We got into a fight where I was effectively useless, but hey, I was there and didn't. I was useless and almost hurt. It actually hurt the party in some ways. We got our first quest, which is more or less me being like, I'm turning on my people, blah, 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 blah. And Dean's character and Ian's characters were cool. The second session, there's another combat. I got to kick some serious ass, which was great. But really, the second session is where like Dean and Ian's characters, Gil and Catherine, I think it's Catherine, they have this like awesome budding relationship going on. They're both humans, male and female, so it's wicked cool. But like, I have this amazing relationship growing between Neil's character and myself, between the elf and myself. I say mean shit to him. He kind of says mean shit to me. From him to me, it's mostly just jabs and jest because of the way I am. From me to him, it's it started off actually being like, fuck you, but it's very much like simmering down and we're becoming really good friends. And it's actually kind of a cool experience to be a part of. And we've had some amazing RP moments. Actually, our RP moments are so good. I almost legitimately, like I as a person, had to struggle with the idea of whether or not I was going to reveal to him that I'm an undead, which I've kept hidden for so long. You know, I got my face hidden half the stream. But I actually had to struggle with the idea as to whether or not I wanted to reveal that. And I chose not to. Not going to reveal it. But that all ended with our characters breaking up again, going separate ways. The elf and I hanging out and being friends and going to do some shady shit. And the other two having a degree of failure that becomes a bit of a success because we found stuff out. And then the other ones that had incredible success in what they did. And try to find out where it is that you can get these dwarven weapons. Well, anyways... So Yavikskir is a lot of fun. Ollie's doing an amazing job DMing. I love we've only been introduced to a handful of characters of note so far. The crazy female dwarven Mason, the dwarven Punisher, the guy who originally hired us, and another person. Can't remember who it was. Which is why I keep notes. Excuse me. My throat has been killing me. I'll get to that in a little bit. Yavikskir. All right. Next show that I'm on in the week is Vampire the Requiem. Vampire the Requiem. It is a lot of fun playing this game. In this game, I'm playing as Varys, the edgelord of the party. So let's see. In the first session, we're given a job to go and... hold on. I got to make sure I don't screw this up. In that session, so 2 sessions ago, what did we do? What did this one pick up? Oh man, where were we? So I know that we were given a job to go and find a guy named Alex. So like, we gotta go find Alex, gotta go find Alex. So we go looking for Alex, and oh, that's right. Whatever, fuck it. So we go looking for Alex, and we look inside a nightclub, can't find him. I go searching through a building, can't find him. We eventually come across some vampire dude. I chop his arm off for information, don't get much. Get his cell phone, it's locked. Beat up his other guy, drink him a little, no good. Between Emmy and I's skills, we were able to unlock the phone and get some information. We then take that forward. We were able to go to a church. That church... we go into, I talk to the father. We speak to the priest for a little bit. They go downstairs. Emmy's able to like get a little bit of readings off the walls. Kylie's able to get some information off of a mouse. We go around. We eventually find out where the bad guys are. They're hiding upstairs in the bell tower. We confront the bad guys, eliminate the bad guys, find Alex. We're good to go. Oh, fuck. There's a gargoyle. We fight the gargoyle, and it does not go well. We are getting the living shit kicked out of us. So, yeah, getting the living shit kicked out of us by this gargoyle. But that's okay. When I say we, I actually just mean Jimmy, because I am too cool for school, and I don't get my ass kicked. Jimmy does, so what? So anyways, Jimmy's taking the hits. We're both beating this thing up. I get the bright idea of breaking the floor to try to, like, level the playing field. And I jump through the floor with the gargoyle. We both go crashing down. I hit it one more time to really weaken up. And Kalikari comes over and does an awesome kill steal. So she punches the thing. She thinks she's like super awesome, godly strong, and that she's amazing, which is great because that means that maybe she'll be emboldened to be more active in combat. Get to that in a second. And Emmy more or less just kind of controlled a few people in the meanwhile, staying out of the way of combat, which makes me happy. I'm glad she does that. After we get that back, we have to go and report in. I'm super edgy to the boss man. We reported in. Everything's good to go. We meet our sires. That was pretty fucking cool. Meet our sires, have some good RP with them. We're given another task. It's kind of an option, but if we do it, we get like this big awesome reward in the end. So we make our way to... Oh man, this is a weird song. I'm going to go up to the song because this is distractingly weird. So we make our way up to the graveyard we're sent to with this big heavy crate thing because our boss person told us to go there. I decide maybe I'm going to be less of a dick because of some advice that I get from my, what's it called? My sire. So we get our way there and we bump into a group of fucking hunters. I think it was actually 6 hunters. Out of those 6 hunters, I think I dropped... 3.5. That's what I should have dropped 4, but Mathis forgot that 8 points of damage to a guy with a sword is enough to drop him. So I fucked up one guy, somebody else dropped him, and then I dropped 3 more. 2 with a sword, 1 with my teeth. The others finish off that 1 and take out the other 2. Emmy takes a hit. I get a little beat up, nothing crazy. Jimmy gets the shit kicked out of him, but drinks him clean. I don't remember how beat up Kali gets, but like I said, she gets emboldened and is a much more active member of combat. I can just tell you right now that one of the most exciting parts about that session, the most recent one where we have this crate, we're now in the graveyard, Emmy was able to use a lot of her powers to kind of find out where we need to go, and Kali was able to kind of like break things down to solve some of the problems for us before we even got there, which is cool. But our Skype chat that we have with just the 5 of us, it kind of like blew up immediately after the show and the next morning where we're all sitting there and talking about, all right, what's inside this box? Why? So I'm literally like, yo, Mathis, what's the dimensions of the box? He's like 3x2. I was like 3x2 by what? He's like, does it matter? He's like, yeah. He doesn't answer. I'm like, how heavy is it? He's like, it's pretty heavy. It's like 100 pounds. I'm like, all right. I know sand at 1/2 a cubic foot is 60 pounds, but this isn't sand. This is going to be dirt, which is significantly lighter than that. But this is going to be regular dirt. This is going to be grave dirt, which is heavier than that. I think this is going to be about a 1.5 or 1 3/4 cubic feet of grave dirt, making it weigh about 100 pounds. That's what I'm guessing. That's what I'm guessing. Pulling numbers out of my ass based off of 3x2 by question mark, and the fact that I know sand weighs about 60 pounds for 1/2 a cubic foot. So let's see if I'm right about that. There were a bunch of other theories thrown in there by John and Nika and Maggie. So we'll see who is right. It was a lot of fun though to have everybody kind of like arguing with Mathis or trying to get information out of him. Me and like, nope, I'm not going to tell you. Nope, I'm not going to tell you. Ooh, that's a cool idea. Maybe I'll do that. But nope, I'm not going to tell you. It's a lot of fun. All right, moving on. Stars Without Number with Roll For It. As you know, Roll For It's still in hiatus. We were actually supposed to start this past Friday, but there was a slight hiccup as life happens. And so, much like a bunch of games that were supposed to be a part of this, Tuesday didn't play, Wednesday morning didn't play, Friday didn't play, but at least I got Wednesday night and Thursday, right? Which is nice. So I just have this up here to remind you that I will be on Roll For on Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time moving forward. But it is still technically on hiatus. The exact show we're going to be playing, I don't think was officially announced, so I won't do so. And exactly who's on that show, I don't think was officially announced, so I will not do so. But Roll For It on Fridays. Just reminding you. Okay, other than that, that brings us to another show that I did not play this week. I just wanted to remind you that Everon will be coming back. I believe it's the first Friday in September. Everon, Chapter 2, Reap What You Sow. That is going to be coming back. I believe it's the first Friday in September. We took a hiatus for story reasons. We for you know, like, it's nice to take a break at the end of a chapter before we open up the next one. We took a break so people can go on vacations, do whatever it is that they need to do IRL, But that will be coming back soon. So if you are a fan of the Everon series, it will be coming back. And the new artwork that Ollie did for Reich and Kieran is amazing. They look so good. So, both of them had reimaginations, like after they played their character for a session or so, they re-envisioned the characters differently. And they were like, yo, can you, and Ollie was like, yeah, sure. And so that all happened, and they got done. And so you can check out that artwork. Ollie, I'm sure, posted it on Twitter. You can definitely see it over on his YouTube and whatnot. All right, so coming back soon. That brings us to Adventure Camp, which we also did not play. Adventure Camp. So Adventure Camp, this is the game that we play when we don't play the other games. I had to stop 1 week because I was having an electrician with helping out with a mouse issue that I had. That was solved. I killed them all. And I had the next Friday, my wife was out of town playing, at a bachelorette party, so I didn't have somebody to watch the baby in case I needed to do stuff. But just a reminder, Adventure Camp is what we play during the hiatuses of the Everon show, and it is what we play during the random sessions where we can't have everybody show up. So I obviously am the most important person there, being the DM. So without me there, it kind of hiccups things. But Adventure Camp is to fill the gap. And as a reminder, from time to time, we're going to be able to pull people from the community to join Adventure Camp. We actually were supposed to for this past one that was skipped because of the electrician. They will get their opportunity with the very next Adventure Camp, I promise you. It is going to happen. All right, that sums up the tabletops. But I do have to mention one more thing. This happened. In case you've not known my schedule, in case you've never seen it posted or anything like that, it is right here. Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm live on Lost Initiative Show for Edge of Morality. Wednesdays, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm live on my channel for Mass Effect 2164. Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's only an hour after I get offline, I go live again on Ollie's channel for Yavik Scare. Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, back to Lost Initiative to play Bloodlust. Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm saying Stars Without Number now, but it's actually going to change to something else. Don't you worry about it. And then finally, Friday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is Everon chapter. Well, it's going to be 2 next time. It just says 1 for now. All right, well, I just want to say thank you, everybody, for stopping by and hanging out. But otherwise, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out. I'm going to go and let my voice rest. Bye, everybody. Catch you sometime soon.